jump somebody. That's what you're saying. We got to put the pause on somebody.
Hey, man.
We got to put the pause on
Hey, we got to go see the superintendent. Make it happen.
We'll see what's going on. But hands can be thrown. Just know, I keep hands in my back pocket.
Hey, man. You got to put your Johnson Powers out there, buddy.
Oh, I stay with a Powers Johnson on me. Breeze Nation, what's good? It's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love to another edition of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Yes, we do, in fact, have the squad in the building. Yeah. As always, super producer Joel Ho. Mr. Drew Better. If you knew better, you do better. Say who better.
Right, get it right.
Nobody, bro. You right.
You
You right. That's my bad. That's my bad. Got a lot to get into on today's episode as the offense starting to take form. And dare I say, starting to look a little bit on the elite side. I'm a little tingly, Joel. Ooh, I'm a little tingly, Joel.
Tingly?
Oh, boy. Yeah, that has whole new meaning now. We also got to talk about one big issue now. With that offense looking elite, there is one big issue that could hold them back. We'll have that conversation. Also got to talk about we might have a tackle problem. And I'm not talking about tackling the defend or the offensive players here. Dan Roushar calling out both tackles on this team, and we've got a new name now in the race that has risen to first team snaps. And then we got to talk about the joint practice and preview this game. All that and more on today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do, boys. How y'all feeling, man? Everybody good?
Yeah.
Everybody feeling good?
I ain't gonna lie, it's a rough week.
It'd be like that.
I'm glad to be here with my guys.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you here, Joe.
Bears season is among us. It's about to, we got practice. Hearing that we got some good things going on, and football will be here in no time.
Yeah, bro, listen. I'm so excited that football is back. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, there's nothing like football.
Yeah,
it's literally like tonight. I was like, is there a game on tonight? There's no game on tonight.
No game tonight, tomorrow.
That's depressing. What are we gonna do tonight? Just sit here and play Monopoly?
Shout out to Breeze Nation. Who's out here?
Shout out Breeze Nation in the building. We got Bears Junkie in the building. We got Crimson in the building. Noah P in this mug. Drop a bear down in this mug if you in here,
Richard
man.
Schaefer.
Drop a bear down in the chat. Let's get it cracking with that.
Silver Harvest.
Silver Harvest in the building. Create Culture in the building. Appreciate y'all, man. He said it's his birthday. Shout out to you. Don't do nothing crazy, brother.
Crazy.
Allen in the building. Baki in the building. Let's keep it going,
thanks,
man.
Crimson. Good to see you.
Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. Let's start it off here. As training camp has continued to go on, this is the first week of the Bears kind of having not install in place. And Monday was a rough day. Tuesday, the offense started to look a heck of a lot better. I thought that Caleb Williams delivered the football well. He was delivering the football on time. He was getting the ball out fast, and he was getting it to the right spot and meeting the receivers in stride. Very exciting to see from a city that hasn't seen a quarterback do that very often. Today, kind of the same conversation happening for the Chicago Bears here where, today, no pads now, so a little bit different. You can't take it with a full-on, excitement. But another great day for Caleb Williams, getting in and out of the huddle, moving the football down the field, continuing to improve day in and day out. And you can tell he's feeling a lot more comfortable with this system. It's very exciting. There's only one thing that I truly think may hold this offense back, and it's what we saw on Tuesday. It's going to be the biggest problem that they may have heading into the season, because I think that these are things that take time, and you still haven't really figured out your full offensive line.
Right.
The pre-snap penalties are popping up just way too often, and that was a big issue for the Chicago Bears last season. I thought that, yesterday, or I should say, was that yesterday? Yeah, yesterday when we saw the practice, 6 pre-snap penalties between the first team and third team offense, something that continues to be an issue for this team. But outside of that, when they get to the line and they're actually able to run a play, they look pretty good, boys. Dare I say, this is one of the best offenses I've seen in practice to this point.
I think that's what we're supposed to be seeing. You didn't bring this guy over here to not produce some type of something, but I think to your point, that's what the reports you want to hear, right? The idea is that they're doing the install. I'm fine that there's these tweaks out the way. I'm fine that there's some pre-snap penalties. The biggest thing is, how does it look in preseason? Get all this stuff done in the practice. That's fine. Just hopefully we're getting better as they line up every week and get this team going.
Yeah, it's definitely getting better. That's the one thing I can say is the excitement of this team right now. The feeling around this team right now is that every day you're finding something new that this team is good at. And I'll tell you this, like, Drew, listen, you know how we've been in this town with wide receivers. Rome Odunze, top 10 pick, looking like every bit of a top 10 pick.
Oh, buddy.
DJ Moore's DJ Moore.
Oh, buddy. And you got
Luther Burden looks like he has immense upside. Olamide Zacchaeus just does his job well. Colston Loveland catches the football. Cole Kmet's Cole Kmet. There you go, man. Keep it going, baby. You know what it is. No, like there's a lot of excitement around what we're seeing offensively. And yes, there are the pre-snap issues that still need to be worked out. But I truly think this offense has a chance. And I think this preseason game is going to be big for seeing that. To be one of those offenses that, yes, they're still going to have to work some things out, but you still can be successful while working it out. I
just like that, over the years, we're all just long-suffering Bears fans, and I get tired of the misdirection, right? Oh, yeah, great practice, and they get out there and look like trash. And, a part of me wants to still be a little skeptical with that, but what I'm expecting is, at a minimum, we're establishing a run game. We're establishing something that says that Caleb doesn't have to be Superman right now, but at least he's getting the offense and he's getting to a point where he's able to, can he get the play out? Can he read a defense? Can he hit the hot read? Can he make that play? And if it's taking time, I'm fine with him taking time to get that figured out because I'm also expecting our running game to do something as the season starts. I'm expecting our defense to do something to insulate him learning a whole new system in his second year as a second-year NFL pro.
I think that's the funny thing, dog. Like, Drew, and you can attest to this. Like, last season, we had high expectations. And I'm not going to say that Caleb Williams lived up to it, but how the conversation around Caleb has gotten crazy, bro. Like, must treat Caleb like he was the worst quarterback you've ever seen in your life last year.
I think basically, to go back to the previous topic, too, is that once the installs have been put in, you do expect a little bit of a learning curve. You got to get the people to understand what you implemented and then now translate into football language. Because when you actually in playing against people in pads, the things that you learned, you have your read, you have your hot read, and that all takes a progression. So you got to take a little time. And with Caleb learning year one, as Ben Johnson says, he has to take that all the way back to previous. So erase all year one and then go back to college, learn your footwork again, because now you have to get, your step one before you now go off kilter step 4. What are you over there laughing about?
No, you're 100% right. And I do think that's what Ben Johnson's doing. We're laughing because on the monitor as Joel was trying to adjust your camera and fix the box, you can see it all happening on the screen. And Crimson pulled up was like, Joel back there pulling strings.
Terrible, man. Terrible.
But no, you're 100% right, bro. Where
killed my take.
No, it's a great take. I think that's kind of what it is, right? Like so many people wanted to eviscerate this young man and eviscerate this offense in the first 2 weeks of training camp because it didn't look like it hit the ground running.
Well, people aren't realistic.
But it's not just, and I think what fuels the masses, what fuels the people who are the unrealistic people out in the rest of the world is when you get the either local media or national media fanning the flames of why isn't this working right now? It should have worked. He's generational. Why doesn't it just click for him? And now when you have a week like today where, this week has been the last 2 practices, Caleb Williams has looked unstoppable versus a Bears defense that has looked really good pretty consistently.
But it's just like this. When you start a new job, you don't expect to know everything day one. You're not expecting to know everything week one. It takes you a full month to even know how to get off the elevator to go to your desk or where your job site is. So you expecting Caleb to not have any bumps in his learning progress is just asinine. Because with anything, it takes repetition. It takes a learning. Some days, like you said, you're going to have great stellar practices. And other days, as you say, you're going to look like little doo-doo water. But as long as
Literal doo-doo water?
literal doo-doo water.
I love that we all know the same stuff.
Right.
Anyway, go ahead.
Exactly. So you gotta, you gotta give him a little bit of break, even though it is his second year, and it is a constant comparison to how Jaden Daniels looked awesome. Bo Nix, his learning curve got better. So Caleb is definitely getting compared to people that hit the ground running. But in those instances, and the biggest difference, and we hate to harp on it, is they all had stable organizations they went into. Our organization is now becoming stable. Hey,
We can't say that about Jaden.
It's better
You did.
coaching.
We can't say
did.
that about Jaden. Jaden wasn't in a stable organization.
No.
he
better
did.
coaching.
Washington got to be a stable organization because they sold it to Magic Johnson. And
Yeah,
Magic
but
Johnson
this was the
retooled.
beginning of them becoming a stable organization. Like Jaden
But-
is
but
the beginning
he-
of that.
But he went in. They got the right coach. They got the right offensive coordinator. Now Caleb has the right coach, the right offensive coordinator.
It feels
It's
like
coaching.
So it's coaching, which
Yeah.
is the whole point that you got to take his first year, even though he was not that bad. He still was the best the Bears ever had. It's only going to get better halfway through this season, even going on to next season. But we want to show that he's showing progress every day, which is the most important thing.
Yeah, 100%. By the way, we are over 100 in the chat. Over 200 in the chat. 200.
Gucci. So see, like Washington was stable because Jaden was good.
I mean, yeah, like
coaching.
Washington wasn't a stable organization. Like they changed everything up. They hired a new head coach. They hired Cliff Kingsbury.
It started with ownership. When they got new ownership,
Sure.
I'm not necessarily the
it
owner.
went all.
Well, no,
uphill from there.
theirs was the owner. Theirs
No,
truly
but
was the
you
owner.
can hire good coaches and still have a shoddy whatever owner. But the point is that the coaching makes a difference. You got a Hall of Fame coach coaching Bo Nix. That usually helps.
Well, yeah,
You have to have
helped him.
talent.
It helped him hit the ground
You
running.
gotta
I
have
think,
talent.
I think Drake May is going to be fine this year because he's got the right coaches over there in Vrabel, right? Like there are things that you do look at that have to add to it. But I think it's also just the mindset in the building that you feel a lot better about. There's not this shying away. There's not this running away from what the issue is. There's not this, we've got a problem that we have to hide or woe is me. Like that there is none of that with Ben Johnson. There is none of and you can tell
It's accountability.
it is the accountability, and you can tell that is how this team is now running. When you like the press conferences are hilarious to me now. Because I go into it and I'm like, so it's basically just let us talk to Ben. Because what everybody is saying is what Ben Johnson is saying. How everybody is talking is what Ben Johnson is saying. The things that they're regurgitating are things that Ben Johnson has said are the issues in the meeting room. And it's not people going rogue. And it's not people saying their own thing. And it's not people with their own opinions. Because they're moving right now as one team.
I got a reference for you.
Oh, here we go.
One man, one band.
That was the wrong reference.
What?
It was not. That was not.
One band, one sound.
Oh, okay. I missed the middle part. I missed the middle part. What was that? You knew what I was talking about. You knew what I was
He
talking
said,
about.
I got it.
I got it.
One man,
I got it.
one band.
I got it. Hey, Joe, got one for you. I think they're building the hill up there.
That was you.
Hey, you know what? Fine. Then. I'll just stay behind the camera.
Oh my
We
god.
know what you meant. It just didn't come out
That
right.
was great. I'm not gonna lie. One man, one band. Put that on a t-shirt, baby. But I think, like seeing how this offense has come together. Seeing how this
Now the comments.
seeing how this offense has gone through the bumps and bruises, has gone through install.
Yeah.
Like people were losing their mind over install, where they're teaching brand new plays, they're teaching brand new concept. You've gone through install, you've made it out of install. Day one of install. Or day one post-install didn't look great.
Yeah,
and
but-
you would have expected it to look a little bit better. Day two looked phenomenal outside of some pre-snap issues, which I do think is something that you have to focus in on. And I'll talk more about that as we go through the show, but it's why I'm so glad the starters are playing in this joint practice and are playing in this preseason game. But day 3 of being out of install and calling plays that Caleb and the first team offense are comfortable with, dog, like I'm sitting here leaving today and I'm like, Roma Dunze looks like he might be a 1,400-yard receiver. Olamide Zaccheaus might be like Olamide Zaccheaus was signed, and we're like, well, you drafted Luther Burden. Of course, you're going to play Luther Burden. Luther Burden may not have a spot on this team. That's how well Olamide is playing right now.
Well, I mean, what you want is something we're supposed to have, a modern NFL freaking offense. Like, why it's taking this long to finally figure out, like, maybe we should put some money on the other side of the ball. And that, so I'm glad to finally see this. This is what we're supposed to. I don't know if half of this, too, is just the hype that's going around this and people is like expectations are through the roof. It's like, let them at least get in there and get this thing going. It's going to take a second, but that's what we're supposed to do. Like, thank you. We drafted a guy the 9th overall. Number 1 overall, these guys should produce.
Yeah.
Loveland's a top 10 pick.
Top 10 pick.
So we got top 10 pick. Rome's a number 9 pick overall. We got Caleb number 1 pick overall. Like, these guys need to produce.
It's not even that. It's just the difference in between us going from a defense first running team to now, as Joe said, we're going into modern NFL where passing and touchdowns and offensive weapons, more than one, is the key to winning.
I don't know what I don't know if it's also one of those situations where it's culture in Chicago, like, the owners. The thing is, like, we as fans appreciate the lore of sports, but as an owner, it's like, how were ticket sales today?
Yeah,
and if they don't care, because guess what, ticket sales are still going well. It doesn't matter. We can hire Shoop, get in there and be an offensive coordinator. We'll get a passing game and a running game, and we'll cobble this thing together.
Is different now.
But does that also mean that, look, Kevin Warren, to me, has come in and changed the environment or the feel about this franchise.
100%.
So, like, hey, if you want bigger numbers, if you want, ticket sales, we're going to have to get the stadium. Nobody's going to come. How are we going to pay for this? We got to
can't pay for this if you don't win.
If we don't have people coming, nobody's.
Who do you think you are, Jay Reinsdorf?
Exactly. It's not like with Wrigley Field where you have that friendly confines environment and things of that nature.
Go Cubs, go. Go Cubs, go. Shut the heck up.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say the Cubs gonna
lose today?
Oh,
did they do it again?
They did.
Oh, dang it.
They blew it.
If you had listened to Cap and Jay Hood this morning, you'd have thought all their issues were fixed with 6 hits and 4 runs.
Hey, man, they won though, but they lost today though.
I think it was a comment about Miss Hallis when it was like they were deferring to her about something where it was like her influence was still holding, the franchise back, and they were just,
Bro, it's not, bro. It's a definitive thing that they were focused specifically on running and defense. They only put enough into the offense to run and to play defense.
Well, they
tried.
When you don't have a quarterback, your only options are to run and play defense.
No, because
they
you can
tried.
They tried
it with Jay Cutler. Like, they tried it over the years.
I know, but that was like that. What I'm saying is, but they still, even with Jay Cutler, what was their mantra? We're gonna get off the bus running. They specifically never surrounded
that was
even
more
Jay.
with Rex than with Jay, but yeah.
But they never surrounded any of our quarterbacks with high-priced talent, a lot of offensive skill set. We had bits and pieces, don't get me wrong, but it was never to the extent that we have here. We literally have potential 5 guys, 6 guys that can score at any time. Well, we hardly ever.
You do. I mean, listen, Luther Burden looks like he's a phenomenal wide receiver, and I don't know where he fits in on this team right now, because I think if I had to go with your 1, 2, and 3, I would say Rome, DJ, OZ. And if you had to go with if you had to go with 4, like Colston's got to get snaps. And that's not to say that Luther's not going to do anything. I do think Luther will be a contributor to this team, but it's just right now there isn't really a spot for you to utilize him, which is a good problem to have, by the way.
But
I've got too many wide receivers for him to come into the game and be impactful right now. Also, he's behind the 8 ball because he missed all of minicamp. a good chunk of the beginning of training camp, and now he's trying to catch up.
But aren't they putting DJ some form in the backfield? So then that will make Luther get a spot, because then he was kind of switch and put DJ on there, and you would only go with one tight end.
There are players that you can do that.
No. I remember hearing plays like that.
No, they're running plays like that. Like that's what I mean. I said players. There are plays where they do that, where you can put Luther in and have DJ in as a running back, and you can kind of make it work in that sense.
I think
just get snaps though.
I would say I think that really doesn't matter. Like they're not going to tip their hand, about what they have going on. So, as the season progresses, whether it's Burden or, like you said, Zacchaeus or what have you, Ben Johnson, I think, is very smart, supposedly a very smart dude.
Yeah.
He's going to.
He is very smart.
So, right. So, okay, give him, he's a very smart guy. And I think that what he's done is he's building a culture, one, of accountability, all the way down to all the coaching staff. But the idea is that he's not going to show everybody what he's doing. Even through the season, Burden is probably going to end up being some form of who's the guy from the Lions that was a late round pick, the brother. We got the wrong brother.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, he could be in that kind of role or something that comes out of nowhere, and we got our deep threat with Rome.
Well, he ain't. No, Amon-Ra was at a small school and really came out of nowhere. Luther Burden, everybody knew.
I'm just saying the whole point is that
Luther
role.
Burden was one of the best.
I'm saying the role. I'm just saying, but it's the role of what he's going to fit. We'll see what happens. I mean, but let's just – the whole thing is Caleb is his progression. You've got the weapons, and we applaud the Bears front office for actually trying to build something or kind of organically the right way, a true teardown then you put a philosophy in place, and then you put the talent to surround that. So, keep growing this team, and let's see what happens week 1.
Yeah, we'll see. Shout out Roddy B with the super chat. He said, if Burton don't play, another miss by Poles draft. Not really. Like, if the biggest issue you have with Luther Burton, because here's the thing. I'm not telling y'all Luther Burton is bad. I'm telling you, he's extremely talented. He's probably got a higher ceiling than OZ.
Are you saying not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good? Run DMC. Sorry,
yeah, I got what you meant there. I just
give yourself the thing.
Yeah, take a shot. That was bad.
I got bad.
Yeah,
it's about as bad as mine.
Yeah,
it's about as bad as mine.
Come on, man. That was pretty bad.
That was flat.
That's what I say. Yours is as bad as mine.
No,
that was pretty bad. One man, one band was crazy.
Hey, you were supposed to co-sign with me.
It was wrong.
One man, one band is crazy.
It was actually wrong.
I'm not at all saying that Luther Burton is a bad player. It's truly just you have guys in place who know their job and are doing it extremely, extremely well. So that's like Ben Johnson said yesterday. It is about the competition. He gave that, murderous smile that we've grown to love here. Like it is about the competition. It is about, hey, it's not just about you walking in the door and making plays. Like, yeah, you can make plays, so can that dude over there.
Yeah.
You got to make better plays than he do for me to put you ahead of him on the depth chart.
But that's good. It's accountability that we need versus just trotting some, whatever the heck they've been trotting out there these last few years, of just, disparate systems or, bad screenplays. We've seen so much just bad offense. It's third and 7, and we go for a 3-yard, in route. And it's like, dog, go for the, Well,
we may do that this year, but we also going to go for it on 4th and 4.
I'm just saying, but the idea
it's about
is
setting up the 4th and 4.
You're bringing in a known offense, and hopefully it just doesn't get screwed up, coming here on the lakefront this year.
Yeah, we'll see. I like what I'm seeing up at practice. There is one thing that I didn't think was in as tough of a situation, and 278 in the building, 57 likes on the video. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Make sure that you guys are hitting that thumbs up on the video, man. Appreciate y'all for showing support. The one thing that I didn't think was going to be this massive conversation that Dan Roushar came out yesterday, and you want to talk about calling guys out and putting guys to task on the front floor. Dan Roushar basically saying we may have a tackle problem, boys. Now, he's not saying problem, as in can't be fixed, but talked about Braxton Jones yesterday. Talked about Darnell Wright yesterday, which is very concerning.
That's my boy.
And did not have glowing reviews on either one. With Braxton Jones, he said he saw some things that he liked in the Miami one-on-ones and felt like during the joint practice there were things there that the Bears could win with. And he talked about that next game. and how he basically said he reverted back to whatever that was.
He did say that.
Bro, he literally went. He reverted back to whatever that was.
Yeah, he said that everything that he was lacking in last year.
Yeah.
In practice, he was doing it right, but as soon as the game started, it was total opposite.
Right back to the same issues again.
No balance, no weight,
which is truly concerning. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. It's kind of what we expect here from Braxton Jones. I'm not going to say it's concerning because you did draft Ozzie, but it is tough to hear that when you're in a 3-tackle competition, which may be a 4-tackle competition. We'll get to that here in a second. But then he called out Darnell Wright, and I think that was a shock to almost all of us. And what he said about Darnell Wright was that at times he is unfocused and doesn't bring enough energy. And I've never been an NFL player. I've never been an NFL anything.
It's a little inconsistent.
Yeah, very inconsistent is kind of what he was breaking down there. I asked Tom Waddle today, and he told me there's only 2 things that you can control as an NFL player. You control how focused you are. You control how much energy you bring. For a top 10 pick who you selected over Jalen Carter, we will not forget that. Oh, we didn't have the infrastructure to do it. Shut your mouths. Who you selected over Jalen Carter. That's very tough to hear.
But I'm not going to overreact on that.
He's not saying, again,
it's still Dan third year.
Dan is not saying that anything.
This is his third year.
This is his third year. Yeah,
he's still learning.
But focus and energy shouldn't be something you're learning right now. His comment about Darnell Wright wasn't that Darnell is out there and he's got poor technique and he doesn't do his job and he goes out there and he falls over on his back every time we see him out there. He said at times he has poor focus and poor energy.
Is that a reflection of his previous coaching staffs?
That coaching staff is not here. We're not giving anyone else that excuse right now. We can't give that excuse to Darnell Wright. If we were sitting here talking about Caleb Williams, who is a number 1 overall pick, but also still a top 10 pick, if we were having the conversation, poor focus and bad energy, we'd be talking about why did we get rid of Justin Fields? I can't believe. Can we trade back for Mitch Trubisky? Little Nate, and now Nate Davis had no energy and no focus. So that's a different conversation. And again, I'm not saying that these are things that can't be fixed. And Dan Roushar is not saying these are things that can't be fixed. But on that right side today, after hearing that was before practice, we're seeing now Ozzie Trapillo get work in with the 2s at that right tackle spot, which is a position we know he's comfortable at. On the left side, boys, Theo Benedict took number 1 snaps today.
Oh.
The Canadian Eagle took number 1 snaps at left tackle.
So is it possibly that he is just going through the motions of Dan Roushar going through the motions of critiquing everything to the T based upon Ben Johnson's instructions, or is it like for real? Like,
well,
he's a mid tackle.
Here's what I'll say:
he's ranked high with his low energy and unfocused. He's still ranked high.
Here's what I'll say. Nobody in that building is speaking anything that Ben Johnson isn't saying. So there's nobody in there who's saying something that it's not how the team is currently feeling about their tackle situation. Dan Roushar isn't just making this up. Or he's not nitpicking and trying to just light a fire under these boys.
It's in the audio's having a problem.
He's giving you.
Hey, turn it down. You want it more?
We're listening.
He's giving you what the team is feeling currently about the tackle position. And I think that is where you kind of look at it and go, that's a real concern. And Theo Benedict with the 1s is crazy.
Well,
Theo Benedict was in at the beginning of practice and at the end in situational periods. That's concerning.
I would say that it's just more about motivating. You know, you sit there and basically put people on put them to task. They're not going anywhere. What are they going to do? You know, all right, you're not going to play. We're going to put the number 3 guy, Theo Benedict, to practice and just show you that we're not going to take any crap. We expect you guys to perform. So, and, you know, it's still early. Guys going to round themselves into shape. I feel like Darnell Wright is going to, shape up and do what he has to do. But I just think it's more like, look, the coach is like, I'm not here to be a friend. I need production out of you guys. So I'm going to let everybody know, hey, he's not doing it. If anything, these guys read the clippings. They hear what people are saying about themselves. If you're not motivated to do anything, then that's on you, because that's all it is just a form of motivation.
Maybe. Or it's exactly what this coaching staff has been.
Honest.
This coaching staff has been upfront and honest with us at every point of the way.
That is true, but devil advocate, in the first part of that article, he did say to get Darnell Wright to be an all-pro, he needed to fix these things. So that could be motivation. That was the whole article in the beginning part. He was like, he needed to do this, and he needed to do this, and he needed to do that. So this might be a form of coaching him up.
I was just standing next to him.
No. Excuse me. Okay.
No, I'm not saying. I don't know. Is that what they said?
Yeah, that's what I read. That's what I read on the Tribune.
Okay.
I read on the Tribune that he was like he could be an all-pro if he was to be a little bit more consistent, give a little bit more energy, and not lose his focus as much to become an all-pro. So, like I said, that could be said to me. That I take that as saying that he's doing this to motivate him to have 5 all-pros on the line, to have that Philadelphia Eagles offensive line. Ooh. And this is what you need to do to get that.
Listen, I hope so. Yeah. I'm not telling you that that's not what they want at the end of the day, but I do think it is interesting that, right before they go out there at that practice and say that's when you get, and right after that, Braxton looks horrible right after that. I mean, horrible. Dio Dangbo was throwing that man around.
I heard.
It was bad.
I heard Dio had a great practice.
People might need to be a little bit more excited about Dio.
Well, they paid him a lot of money.
Now,
48 million.
Also
48 million.
Now, granted, let's see what he looks like tomorrow.
But
tomorrow's practice is going to be the big one because he's going up against Braxton Jones.
Well, we're used to Braxton Jones basically being Toro, and falling down.
That's how it looks.
That's
ole.
That's what we're used to.
But they also said that they're doing this to be a swing tackle, to do this to give everybody an opportunity to be swing tackles too, for depth. Because as you saw, we didn't have good depth on our second and third strings. So this could be a way to create depth on the ends by having theoretically 4 tackles.
Well, no, our basically most of our first team offensive line will now be the second team for this year coming up.
Yeah. Literally, when Tyson Bagent was behind and in Sunday's preseason game, that was our first string offensive line last year. Looked a little tough, didn't
Everybody but Darnell demoted down one level.
Super chat. Mo Man with the super chat said, when you have a coaching staff like the previous one, you can't be surprised that the players aren't going hard. They were never put to the test. But again, right, we're far enough into this Ben Johnson experience that not going hard is not an excuse. Like it should never be an excuse.
It's a learning curve.
No, I would say that what it is that this is a experienced coaching staff that has seen success. I've seen this system at its peak. I've seen the best of all of my players for most of them. I've had all pros. I've had Pro Bowls. I have all these things. So when I come here and I see that some of you guys are subpar to a point, you're a starter, but you technically wouldn't start for me if I had what I'm looking for. So they've seen the best, which is what I love. That's the point. That's the part of the accountability that I appreciate. It's like they're not coming in here wide open, wide nose. Oh, I'm so happy to be here because I got my first coaching job. Go out there and coach. Be Superman. No. This is what we want. This is the structure. I've had success, and I expect to see this thing come to fruition. So I'm happy to see that we got guys in here that know what they're doing.
I do like that. I mean, you can feel the stability of the coaching staff. You can feel the confidence in the coaching staff and the confidence that they're going to figure it out. I think that's the part for me with, like when hearing Dan Roushar, he's not sitting there going, we don't know how to fix this issue. Mm-hmm. He's basically saying, this is your issue. Fix it.
Yeah.
Let me show you this. Let me show you how I fixed it here. Let me show you what we need to do here. But you are the one that has to go out there and play. You're the one that has to go out there and make plays. You're the one that has to fix it. Mm-hmm. And if you can't fix it, we will find somebody who can. And I think we're seeing that on the left side currently with this left tackle competition. I mean, we started preseason with your left tackle competition as Braxton Jones, Ozzie Trapillo, and Karan Amagaji.
Mm-hmm.
Braxton Jones today was going with the 2s. Ozzie Trapillo was on the right side. Karan Amagaji's going with the 3s. That's your left tackle competition. And you may head into a season right now where it kind of quarterback conversation. If you've got 2 quarterbacks, you got none.
Right.
If you got 4 left tackles, you don't have one.
No.
We may truly be heading in that direction. The good part is, though, that you've improved your interior enough where I'm actually not as worried about it. You can survive having some mediocre tackles, which I think is kind of what we're sifting through right now in practice this week, and a rookie.
I don't know, man. Not Braxton. The right tackle. Darnell Wright. He is rated 16th. That's not mediocre.
There's not great tackles in the NFL right now, though. There's not a lot of great tackles in the NFL.
Long are the days.
There's much better interior in the league than there is great tackles.
But that's if you the issue that we definitely saw a lot last year was just the middle of that line getting blown up. You know, the interior was just breaking down to a point where, I mean, the poor quarterback is just hike, boom.
Over 300 in the chat. 300.
You guys interested in coming out to the Bears and Vikings watch party, the Monday night game?
Just done making that point right there, huh?
What?
You were making a point.
I can get back to it, but I was in the middle of it. You went 300. But I mean, the point is that, you know, the interior line was definitely a huge issue last year. I mean, outside of El Toro over there and getting sacked with the quarterback, if you don't at least get that middle with the center exchange and your guards, I mean, like, you might be able to actually create lanes for the running back to, run through and actually get some, because I mean, how often are we really doing a lot of off tackle running versus more so zone interior, we do more probably inside than you are
versus outside zone. I mean, listen, there's right now Ben Johnson is a man of his word. There's a ton of gap scheme being run. There's a ton of outside zone being run. They don't know what they're going to be best at. I personally think they're better up the middle running gap scheme. I think that DeAndre Swift is best at running the gap scheme.
Yeah.
His yards per carry would say that he's better at running gap scheme plays.
Right.
But for some reason, most coaches run him outside zone. Now, Ben Johnson ran him a ton of gap scheme when he was with them in Detroit. So we may continue to see that happen throughout this season as, you're trying to establish a running game for this team.
And he's probably smart enough to figure out, look, if the weakness of my team is the tackles, I'm not going to keep getting them exploited.
Is it a weakness, though? Ozzie looked good all camp long, though. And he looked good when he got in the game.
We don't know yet.
Here's what I say about Ozzie. Ozzie has looked good versus
level 2, top second string.
My audio is jacked. Is my audio messed up? What the heck is going on, bro? I gotta hear it. Or is it me pulling on the cord? I don't know. Check. Test. Can y'all hear me now?
You might be just coming in hot.
No, I turned him down.
Like the gain, maybe.
I turned it down. I adjusted it all. Yeah, adjusted both.
Let me know if y'all can hear me now. Can you hear me now?
That sounds distorted.
Yeah, that one sounded just a little distorted right there.
We'll figure it out here.
Yeah.
But
adjust the stand.
Oh, that does sound. Yeah, it does.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I'll do that. It's static.
Yeah,
y'all hearing static?
It might be the gain is too high.
Could be. Yeah, this one works. But no. The mic sound like it got wet. Hey, King Booker World, relax, brother.
Flag on the plate.
What was that, brother?
No. He said you got a little too much spittle. He said he got a little too much spittle. That's all.
King Booker World, jeez.
That was crazy.
Family show over here.
But no, man. I think that honestly, the part that I look at with what Ozzie has done is you haven't seen it versus number ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the big concern. You haven't seen it versus number one defensive ends. You start off the season.
No. Do you not count our own defense as number ones?
He's running with the twos.
But he got ticked with the ones, though, I heard.
He did get ticked with the ones, and he was working with against Dio Odengbo. I like Dio Odengbo. Dio Odengbo is not Aiden Hutchinson. Dio Odengbo is not Myles Garrett. Dio Odengbo is not Trey Hendrickson. Dio Odengbo is not Javon Hargrave.
I don't know if you squint your eyes.
Dio Odengbo is not.
We paid him hoping he turns into
Listen,
that.
I hope that he turns into it, and I think
he got to have some skill set to say that.
I think that he is. Dio is showing you that he, one, can set the edge, which is all Dennis Allen is truly asking him to do, and two, that he does have pass rush moves to get home, but he's not Micah Parsons. Like, literally, your first.
Well, if you squint your eyes,
only a few of those, though.
Little bit.
I get your point, though, but it's only a few of those.
Here's my point. I wasn't just saying names. You start your season, Javon Hargraves, Aiden Hutchinson, Micah Parsons, Max Crosby. Saints are kind of dead right now. The entire Ravens defense, I take your pick on that defensive line over there. You got Trey Hendrickson. If he ever signs a contract versus the Bengals, he's going to get either Brian Burns or Abdul Carter. He did pretty good against Abdul Carter when he played him. But it's going
to be some props.
TJ Watt, you have to see what he's going to look like versus better competitions, which is why I really would have loved to see him at left tackle this week. But it doesn't feel like you have an answer right now. Even if Ozzie is the answer, do you want to throw Ozzie out there with the number ones right away versus that litany of list of guys that I just gave you? You probably want to go with somebody who's a veteran or who's been in the league or who has some plays, whatever it is.
Well, it's still a learning curve. I mean, I think I was going to say I'm hoping that Dio, for example, Dio is the modern Akeem Hicks. We get that,
wrong part of the field, but
no, Dio was a defense. I mean, he's a defensive end slash
defensive
tackle.
end.
You want him to be
I'm saying that
the
it's a
newcomer
hit.
of Alex Brown.
You're saying
hit, like
you're saying a pickup like a
yes,
Hicks.
It's a hit. Like, oh, we got a dude that's a freaking dog. Like, hopefully we get that on the tackle side of things.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that this season is great to see exactly who you got to go up against. Based off, like you're saying, we got the week. He's got top competition, and hey. Braxton, this is his third year. This is his final year of his rookie contract.
Yeah.
So, if anything, get him good enough so we can trade him. But he's not. I don't think he's worth a long-term investment. And we can see what Ozzie's about. Because guess what? If we have to, then we'll just have to draft another guy in the next year.
And I truly think even if Ozzie is a swing tackle, if Ozzie spends his first year as a second-round pick as your swing tackle, you did something right. Mm-hmm. If he's a guy that you could put into the game at all of these different positions and he feels comfortable, he looked good at right tackle today, running with the twos. Yeah. You could tell that he's comfortable playing that position.
I mean,
when you put him out there versus the Dolphins, there was one move that killed him, the cross chop. He had that run on him a couple of times. That one killed him.
But that's also learning. I mean, like
100%.
You have 4 weeks. You have training camp in 4 weeks to kind of figure out the speed of the game, and then you got top competition coming in there because. You still got, like you said, Lions. Aiden Hutchinson is in there too.
You got Vikings, Lions, Cowboys, Raiders.
I mean, that's a problem.
Ravens, Bengals, Giants, ready. Vikings against Steelers. Is T.J. Watt, Eagles.
I'm with Dexter.
Browns is Myles Garrett. You don't have a week where there's not a pass rusher that is not trying to kill you.
But you also don't want to put Bird Legs Jones out there either.
Yeah, wisdom tooth.
No, but I like Dexter's comment. If Ozzie's solid, go with him. Braxton too far along to be still in quicksand. If 100%. You're the rookie, just barely right where Braxton is, you go with the rookie.
But what I think is, and maybe this is the concern, is that you don't want to break the rookie either. You offensive linemen, offensive tackles, you kind of have to hey, let's see what you got. Let's play you where you're comfortable. You drafted a right tackle and tried to make him a left tackle, and you're trying to make him a left tackle. And it's not to say you can't do it, but
Well, wasn't there talk of Darnell being a left tackle?
It was, but
they shut that down.
They shut that
immediately.
down like
they shut
right
that
away.
down before camp even
Right
started.
away.
Yeah,
Right
they
away.
shut that down before camp even
Yeah,
started.
that's it. No soup for you, sir.
No soup for you.
No left for you. But no, and I'll be honest with you. When it comes to the actual play, Darnell Wright's been fine in game. We've seen that. It might be what you're saying, that Dan Roushar just wants more out of Darnell. Maybe that puts Ozzie on the left side. Maybe that, puts Braxton in the starting spot and you have Ozzie there waiting in the wings. Maybe Theo Benedict balls out and all of a sudden he's the one, the Canadian Eagle is the one who goes out there and surprises all of
I don't
us.
have an eagle noise.
Yeah, we got nothing for an eagle? How about this? Oh, that was perfect.
Where did it go?
That was, Joel.
No,
kicked
you
it.
played it early. You messed it up.
Oh, well.
Well, whatever.
What's up yours? That's what I was going to play.
Slip yours.
But
Joe Boo.
I'm it's funny because, like, for the first time, because of what you have on the interior, because I've seen what Darnell Wright can be, because of Drew Dolman and all that, like, I'm not as worried about the left tackle competition, but you would like to have solid there.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're gonna end up being like the Chiefs then, because the Chiefs last year they had solid inside, and their tackles were really weak, and that ended up being a problem. So you kind of want to have that with the gauntlet of pass rushes we have start the season. You want to have a little want to solidify that position.
You okay?
Yeah.
You all right over there?
Little stroke action.
Solidify?
Yeah, solidify.
There you go.
Couldn't get it out.
You got it.
The essence wasn't essence. But you want to get this person in line to create the unity of the offensive line, so they know they don't get abused for the first 5 weeks.
Yeah. No, 100%. And I think the thing about Ben that I love and about this coaching staff that I love is they're smart enough to also figure out how to help that, right? You have Colston Loveland or Cole Kmet over there helping Chip. You have DeAndre Swift or Kyle Monangai or Roshan Johnson, whoever it is, helping in that backfield. Like you have these guys in place that actually are good enough to go ahead. You have these guys in place who are actually good enough that you don't have to worry as much. So I think it's just a different conversation, puts you in a different position than where we've been in the past. Let's keep this thing moving along, though. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Let's finish it out with this, boys, because we do got joint practice this weekend.
Ooh.
Got actually tomorrow. And we got a nice game versus the Bills
On Sunday
this
night.
coming Sunday, baby. Stroke
Sunday
action
night.
was crazy, Landon. I was hoping to move past that. Landon said stroke action is crazy. when you was trying to get through solidify, you said had a little stroke action. Stroke action is crazy.
Hey, when you get a certain age, you got to be worried about it.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even make a Bears.
I
did that though.
But anyway, this coming weekend, and starting tomorrow and going into this weekend, you got a real test. Starting tomorrow and going into this weekend, you've got a test of a Super Bowl caliber team coming into the building. You've got the MVP coming into the building. To me, when I'm looking at what this weekend can be, this could be the confidence booster that you need heading into the season.
Well,
How Caleb Williams has looked. Well, what I mean is this. For the joint practice, how Caleb Williams has looked. This week has been really good for Caleb. Caleb has only had 4 or 5 passes this whole last couple of practice that looked or didn't get caught, I should say. There's one where DJ Moore dropped it. There's one where Roma Dunze dropped it. It's kind of not the same caliber, but when we talk about Lamar Jackson with the interceptions, I can kind of pinpoint some of the other guys who did it. This coming practice, I think, especially the joint practice part of it and going into the game is a different thing for me. There's something to truly be keeping an eye on when it comes to the operation of getting this offense going and seeing how comfortable Caleb Williams is when he doesn't know or isn't used to the defense that he's going up against, and it's truly a good defense.
My man, Brother George, it sounded like the champ from Harlem Nights.
Oh, yeah.
The boxer?
Yeah, the boxer. You was talking about when he was stuttering. Yeah.
Hey. We gonna get him. You ready, Shep?
I forgot about that.
You know
Yeah,
it.
he all right. He ready. He ready.
I was
born ready. We're gonna get canceled now.
Man, that was crazy. Let's not make fun of the. Let's make fun of the.
That was the
disability.
movie.
It was the movie though.
That was the movie. I was
welcome,
reciting the
welcome
movie.
to 2025. But no, man. I just extremely excited to see how Caleb and his operation looks, because the one thing that we finished off on, with that Miami Dolphins joint practice, you felt okay about how Caleb played in that, but you kind of finished that practice with, at least me, with this resounding, he doesn't know what he's looking at. And then Caleb Williams immediately throws an interception. Mm-hmm. That really stood out to me when it came to practice. That really stood out to me when it came to that last joint practice when they were in the red zone period. And I don't know if Caleb really didn't know what he was looking at, if he wasn't comfortable, or if he just made a bad decision on that play. But if you can come out of this practice, Jack Jenkins, that was his name. If you can come out of this practice with how efficient he's been these last few practices, you'll truly know you're moving in the right direction.
Yeah. No, that's, I mean, but iron sharpens iron, right? You get the good competition out there. I totally second that. It'll be nice to see, like, you know, when you got an MVP caliber quarterback, you know, does he carve up your defense a little bit? And does Caleb get to go against a top defense and, you know, see how they do? So I'm all about, you know, it's smart to get, you know, go up against good talent. Hopefully they come out of it, you know, with minimal skirmishes and, you know, no one gets injured and things like that.
Oh, no, they're going to fight this one.
Mm-hmm.
Miami was shocked by how aggressive the Bears were. I asked Jaquan about that. I asked not Antoine Randall, Al Harris yesterday about it. And I was like, it felt like Miami was like surprised that y'all were physical. Were y'all like telling the players like chill out a little bit? He was like, nah, we playing football. Go be aggressive.
I know, but Miami is a
finesse?
Yes, finesse team.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're also
it's hard to be a finesse team in football, though.
But they are.
They're a
That's why they can't win when it's below 55 or 60. They can't win. They are a finesse football team. They are the.
I think that's just Miami, though. They're
the Golden State Warriors. They're the Golden State Warriors on the football field.
They're not a cold weather team. Yeah. Yep.
Most teams from the South ain't really cold weather teams, though. Like Texas don't really win. The Texans don't really win a lot of winter games. The Cowboys never do.
Well, there you have it.
The Cowboys went up and beat Green Bay in Green Bay.
They did do that.
Was it snowing?
It was cold. It was cold. It was cold. It was cold.
No. Very different.
San Francisco.
San Francisco
does it all the time.
Hey, very different. Do y'all remember the blizzard that Miami had to go play in last year?
Buffalo?
No, it was
2 years ago.
It was like
Buffalo game.
It was
bro.
terrible.
Oh, yeah.
That's very different.
Hey, but everybody scored. I think it was like 9-6 or something, or 12 to 12
Yeah,
or something.
you running that football.
Yeah.
That
was very different.
We'll give
that
you
was
some
very
grace
different.
on that. We'll give you grace on that.
But no, I think there's going to be, like, Buffalo's not going to be sitting there like, they're a team that's been there. They're a team that's well coached. They understand. Not to say Miami isn't well coached, but like they understand. Okay, like if you hit me, I need to hit you back. Like I think we're gonna see some scraps in this one.
I don't think so, because Buffalo is basically Super Bowl or bust. So I think they're gonna.
Josh
play.
Allen ain't gonna fight.
I think they're gonna be competitive, but I don't think they're gonna go all in, because they are more focused on health for the entirety of the season. To me,
they're all going to just do a slight test to see where they are as a team. Nobody's going to go all out on a practice.
Yeah, all right. You ain't seen these joint
I'm
practices.
just saying, for the most part, they got
what's the AI practice?
The Bears was taking mugs to the ground in one-on-ones.
Well, they were finally be able to actually play because you can only have so many. So many times you practice. So many times you can hit people.
They said
you're not supposed to tackle.
Murdered Jones on one.
Oh, he laid that boy out. Laid that boy out. But again,
Murdered him.
I think that was a ploy by Mike McDaniels to kind of tell them, hey, y'all not tough enough. Because he's sitting there watching all of it. He's standing right there watching the defense light them boys up. A-Chain came out that backfield. Jaquan came downhill. Bow! Oh, there he is. Oh, God. Somebody pick his body up. Save the children.
It's a shame what they did to that dog.
It's a shame they did that dog.
The outline of the dog and the cane.
Brother George said, how long do you think Caleb will play on Sunday? I've said I think that he will probably play a series, maybe 2. Depends on how the first series goes. The reason I said that was because how he handled Jared Goff, even in his first year in Detroit, where he was getting him used to the system. Not again, very different.
He didn't even play.
Jared Goff had been to a Super Bowl. He played one drive. He went 3 for 4.
Yeah, I'm not saying this.
Touchdown.
I'm gonna say he really didn't play.
Yeah, he went 3 for 4 with a touchdown.
Yeah, so if Caleb does the same thing, he's probably get taken out. I don't see him playing extended whole first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I don't think that he's going to – I don't think he gets a quarter or a half.
No.
I think he gets a drive.
I think, like you said –
here's the thing. If he looks horrible, they'll play him more.
Yeah.
Well, this is the second one. You're going to see more in the second week than you are the third week, right? For preseason.
No, they're not playing at all.
That's when it was 4 games.
No,
4 games. 4 games used to
4 games used to play 2.
The third preseason was almost a dress rehearsal. Now they only have 3 games. This should be the dress rehearsal because the third one they're not going to do nothing.
Yeah, they're not. Now Ryan Poles did say, I believe it was on Mully and Hall today, that you can't count it out that they're not going to play. I'll say this: if they play in Kansas City, tomorrow and Sunday went real bad. It's the only way they play in Kansas City. Tomorrow and Sunday went real bad.
But Ben Johnson also said that he's getting 70-plus snaps in these joint practices.
Got 100 more snaps than you would have gotten out for Caleb Williams for him playing.
Right. So that would kind of, like you said, going a lot hand in foot with that one, that if things go well Sunday, then he probably doesn't play the third preseason game,
which I'm fine with.
You're not going to play. They're not really going to play the third preseason game, unless they.
Well, that's what I mean. If you see them out there, it went bad. Something went bad. Like if you see them out there, like Caleb came out in this Buffalo practice, threw 4 interceptions, went into the preseason game, threw 2 interceptions, looked like he didn't understand the system, looked like he didn't know what he was doing. Like it went really bad for him to have to play in the Kansas City game. Because it's not Ben Johnson's MO, and I know people look at it and they're looking at this preseason and they're saying, oh my God, the first team offense looked, or Joe Burrow and the first team offense played. Mm-hmm. Pat Mahomes played which he didn't play a series, he played a play. There's so many quarterbacks that have played. Yeah, but there's also a bunch of quarterbacks who don't, and there's really good coaches that don't put them out there in harm's way. And they say this isn't as valuable to us as you getting these reps here are. Who's right? I don't know. Joe Burrow was the best quarterback in football last season and didn't play a single snap of preseason.
Yeah.
This year he's playing preseason. Or this year he played that game in preseason. So J.J. McCarthy about to be the starter. He's not playing in week 2.
Yeah. So I got a question for you. And we talked about this periodically on and off. Wow, Tiffany, Joe, thank you.
Joe just throw the timpani on any question.
Yeah. So, honestly, with what should be our first-year expectations in this offense as far as win-loss, are we more focused on that, or are we more focused on what we see on the field as far as understanding the offense and the efficiency, not just the win-loss record?
For me, I've told y'all 9-8 is I feel like you're doing something right because I think your schedule is ridiculous. I think that the team looking like how Ben Johnson wants the team to look is going to be incredibly important.
By week 8.
I would say probably by week 5. Ben Johnson has said by week 5. He said after the bye week, we should know who we are.
Mm-hmm.
So
but really clicking.
So are we talking? So are you going to be? So that goes back to my point. Are you going to be more focused on the win-loss or the eye test?
I think it depends on how we lose. Listen, I feel better about Caleb Williams coming into this season because of a bunch of games we lost last year where he put us in position to win them.
Yeah.
So that means we 9-8 easy then.
Could be.
Or 12 and
Joe, that 14-3
Listen,
that y'all having is just.
I would love to.
I didn't say I said 12 wins.
I would love to.
No, you and JC was
I
like
think
14-3.
I thought y'all had 14.
Jordan went like
No,
I think
12
both of y'all had
Pull it up.
14.
You was 14
You
and
pull
three.
that up. I think
You
y'all
was
both had
14 and
14,
three, Joe.
dog.
Let's look it up.
But honestly, it is, like there's a bunch of moments where Caleb put us in positions to win. Being dumb took us out of position.
Bad coaching, a few things.
All right, I might have him 13 and 4.
Yeah, there's a lot.
13 and 4.
There's also moments where Caleb Williams didn't get the job done. So it truly, to me, I think eye test is bigger than anything. But Ben Johnson is putting the stipulation. We don't have to guess on when we feel like it should be in place. Ben Johnson is saying by week 5 we should know what this offense is and what our team is good at.
But
We should look like
you should, but at the same time, looking at his prior stops, that it wasn't double-digit success his first year. It was incremental success. It was visual success, but it wasn't a 5 or 6 win difference.
But
you're not taking over entirely old, like a team that's stripped from zero. Like they already have pieces in place.
Detroit.
No, but even in that, in the first 4 weeks of the season, Jared Goff had 14 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
But they also built that defense. Like
That's a lot.
Detroit was Detroit. The way they were built.
I'm just asking.
No, I think to your question. I see it as you want the eye test to start to look good to a point. Then after a while, okay, you look like an offense.
Yeah.
You look like a defense. You may win games. You may lose some. And I'm fine if it didn't look like we did not deserve to be on the field. I'm tired of seeing national televised games, and we're all getting all dressed up, ready to watch these games, and then we see piddly poo on the field.
What was that?
Piddly poo. I don't want to see piddly poo. I don't want to see like this team does not look organized. This team does not look like they deserve to be out there on the offensive side of the ball. Like let's just finally. You want to have that eye test. So I'm fine if we lose games. My thing is like my 13 and 4 or 12 win is that they should be able to compete in every game out of maybe 1 or 2 where it's like, it's pretty much a lock that they're going to lose if it's Philly or Baltimore versus they deserve to be on the field playing against these teams because they have a shot to win every game, whether they win or not.
You want it to come down to the difference is Ben Johnson versus whoever the head coach is on the other side making the right decision. Mm-hmm. That's truly that's your best situation. You want your players and your talent and your coaches on the field to be good enough that your head coach has to play chess the right way.
Right.
For you to beat the best of the best. That's what it comes down to a lot of times.
Right.
Now, there are games where you just go out there and your players dominate. And I don't have to play chess. It's like, oh, well, you brought chess pieces to a fight
game
where I got a bazooka.
Right. There's a Jacksonville game.
Hey, I'm going to get this right this time. You brought a knife to a gunfight.
Yeah, you brought a knife to a gunfight. There are some games where it's literally going to be, but even that, I think that's a good analogy, but the flip way, right? You brought a knife to a gunfight, but it comes down to who knows how to use the knife better.
I cut you.
Because you got some gunfights in here where you should be shot.
Wait a minute, you shot me in my pinky toe?
A lot of Harlem Night
That's a great movie,
references.
Man. Oh, you want to shoot people in the pinky toe.
I'm going to shoot that knob up. No.
Because she said she brought the knife. She was like,
she brought the knife?
I'm going to cut your knife.
You want to throw trash cans. Now I got to cut you.
Man, no. When she in with that 2-piece spicy, wow. He did a
I love that movie.
That's so funny.
But no, you got some gunfights in it. Listen, you got the Ravens, the Bengals, the Steelers, the Eagles. Who else you got on it? Right now, I still throw the Lions in that conversation, even though I think they're gonna take a step back.
They're definitely taking a step back.
You know what I mean? Like you got some gunfights here, but can Ben Johnson use the knife better than the gun? Like that's kind of how you want this to come down to for the Chicago Bears in the long run, where
knife to a gunfight.
yes, your players are extremely talented. Their players are extremely talented. Who's making the best decision?
OC, we running this rap.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Memphis Bleak, we running this. Come on.
Memphis Bleak. Yeah.
No?
You know Joe.
Take over?
Music.
No, we know.
Oh, okay.
We know what it is. Hey man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to show love as always.
Put your mom on.
Put your mom on the phone. Hey, what are they? Hey Janie, I ain't coming home no more.
Yeah.
Right.
Tell your mom have a nice life. Yeah. Her name was Sunshine.
Hey man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to show love as always, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We're gonna get up out of here. But joint practice tomorrow. I'll be up at joint practice, so make sure that you are tuned in with all the tweets and anything that we have coming out tomorrow. We're gonna have a lot of content coming you guys' way tomorrow. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us as always on that. For the super producer Joel Holt, and of course Mr. Drew Better. If you knew better, you do better. Say who better? Nobody, bro. One man, one band. This your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bed down.
Jokes.
One love. Peace.
Heater rage. So much hate in the studio. It was only 3 of us and so much hate.
One man.
I got it.
One band.
I got it. One band. One band.
I said one man.
King Booger World. Better be careful. You with a heavyweight.